women allowed to have their own bank accounts?
Women were allowed to have their own bank accounts in 19 what does that have to do with writing? You're changing the topic.
No, I'm not.
You're changing the topic because I'm right. They were
No.
allowed to write. They were.
You're the one who brought up female writers.
But okay,
that wasn't the question.
Go ahead. So, sometime in the 1900s, I can't remember the year.
Yeah, it was like in the 1970s.
Yeah,
is when women were allowed to have bank accounts. So when we're talking
And
about women,
what's happened since we got bank accounts? We own 80% of the world's debt. There's a reason people did things the way they did.
You don't think that women should be able to have their own bank accounts?
I don't think they shouldn't have bank accounts. I think everyone should have the right, and they do. But there's a reason. I think when we look at the past, we have to look at the reason that people did things. And one of the reasons is women are very irresponsible with money. They own 80% of the world's debt, even though they make less money than men.
So did you know that the majority of household finances are regulated and controlled by women?
Yeah, I knew that. We make 80% of consumer buying decisions.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. They spend.
And
that's what I said. They
right,
spend money.
Because
they spend money they don't have.
We do have the money.
Not anymore. I mean, the average woman out of college has $30,000 worth. How much debt do you have? You have to have six figures coming out of med school.
I do have 6 figures of debt,
exactly.
and the student debt. Yeah, because
and the thing is, in your profession, I mean, on average, women leave the medical profession when they have a kid or within 5 years. So odds are you won't pay it off, and it makes. I'm not saying you personally. I hope you do. Right? I'm not wishing it one way or another, but statistically, women make their debt someone else's problem.
Men do the same thing.
No, they don't. So they looked at women paying off their debt and men paying off their college debt, and men have been making payments towards it the last 5 years and women haven't.
So it's funny because you just mentioned how women will leave their careers because they have to take care of children, and that probably plays a large role into why they're not able to pay back their student debt compared to men who continue to be a part of the workforce even after they have children. Do you see how those two things might be correlated?